We're starting from scratch and we've just logged in. A tip about FreshPlan, where the client that appears in the top left-hand corner is the client you're currently working on. And that'll be the client that you last worked on when you logged out of FreshPlan. So the first thing we'll do, because we'll go into a different client file, we'll click client. So it's always best practices when you come into FreshPlan is to start with the client's window. So we've already created the 3 client files that we'll be working with: the young couple, the mid-50 couple, and the single retired. So the first thing we do when you create a template is to click on Start Now or click on Plan. And the key for templates is to click this button up here, Manage Templates. This opens up the Plan template window, and we've created some already, but it will show you how to create a new template for this couple. Simply click the New Template button. Give the template a name. I'm just going to put a 2 beside it because we've already created the template that we'll be using. And then along the left-hand side, just check the items that you want included in your plan template. So we want the cover page is already included. We want to include the summary, the cash flow calculator, the net worth calculator, the retirement planner. It's a young couple with kids, so we'll make sure we include life insurance, the estate planning checklist, and the education planner. So now we've added all our calculators. If we want to enhance our plan with some visuals and some value-added information, we can add some infographics. So I'll collapse the plan menu and collapse the calculators menu to give us quick access to infographics. So we'll add the value advice infographic. As soon as I click it, it appears on the right-hand side. Scroll down a little bit and add a life insurance infographic. A tuition cost infographic, and 10 reasons for an estate plan. Now we can scroll back up. Now all of our infographics are at the bottom of our plan template. We can rearrange these simply by clicking the 3-button holder on the left side and dragging the infographic up. So we'll put that at the top. We'll add the life insurance infographic in front of the life insurance calculator, tuition in front of education planner, and the state infographic in front of the checklist. So now that we have our order and content in place, we simply click Save. So our plan template has been saved, and you can see it's here, Young Couple 2. So now that the template is created, we can close the template window, and we're back to the plans window. Now let's click New Plan. So instead of creating a plan from scratch, you can see that this item is highlighted here. We can create a plan using the template we just created. So make sure you check off the middle box, Use My Template. And when you do that, a drop-down menu appears that says Select Template. And we have a list of templates that we've created. And I'll click Young Couple. So as soon as I do that, everything that we created in the template gets populated in our plan window. So if you do repeated young couple client plans, you can use the template to save you all the time of moving information over each time you do a plan by simply picking the plan, the template, use my template option, and dropping everything in automatically. So then you can name your plan. Keep in mind that a template is just a template. So if we wanted to add something here that might be specific to this couple, for example, they might have a savings goal. They might want to be saving up for a second vehicle. So we can simply click the savings goal calculator and it gets added, and then we can move it. Well, we'll just leave it at the bottom here. And changing the plan here that was created with a template does not affect the template. It just affects the plan. So the template we created earlier will always be the same plan. So I'll quickly click Save, and our plan has been saved and created. So now we have the retirement roadmap plan we just created using the template. And let's go into the plan and have a look and enter the data. So we'll click open next to retirement roadmap. And you can see that the client information window appears, and this is the information we entered in when we created the client, and then we can step through the plan. Bear in mind that we've entered all the information here, so we'll just quickly go through the plan to show you what we've done to create this plan for this young couple. So this is the cover page. This is the value advice infographic that we added in our plan template. This is the summary that summarizes their net worth, cash flow, their retirement plan, their life insurance needs, the estate planning checklist, and their education planning status. The first time you open up a blank plan, this will be blank. So until you fill out the information in cash flow and net worth and retirement planner, this information will not be populated. So there's a new feature we've added to this. If you wanted to add the date of the plan summary, there's a box in the top right-hand corner. So you have a date stamp, so you know what the timing of this plan summary was. And this is the cash flow statement. So we've entered income for both and all of their expenses. We created a net worth statement, entered all their assets, and we've entered a mixed. Instead of a single asset, we created a mixed, but you can enter a different percentage amounts for each asset type. This is the retirement plan. And it's based on income needs for both. And you can see that they're going to make it through retirement but this is given their early age, it's a long ways away, so it gives them an idea. From this result, it shows that they're pointed in the correct direction. And this is a life insurance needs infographic that just stresses the importance of having insurance, especially when you have a young family. You can create a dual needs analysis for both couples, for both members of the couple. Tuition costs infographic that just shows you the average tuition rates across Canada. An education planning tool for both children. Estate planning checklist, just to remind clients of the importance of having an estate plan in place, even if you're a young couple, especially making sure that you have enough insurance coverage and that you have a signed will. Perhaps you should be looking at having powers of attorney because of possible changes in health and long-term disability. And this is the savings goal calculator that we added to the plan, which was not part of the template, but if you wanted to save for a second vehicle, and let's see that. We want to get there in 3 years. These are just ballpark numbers, but you can enter anything here that might be specific to the couple in terms of a savings goal. And if you're happy with the plan, you can simply click PDF plan, and FreshPlan will create a single copy of the plan in a PDF document, and everything we created in our template and our plan appears in a nice, concise PDF document all the way down to the savings goal calculator. So then you can save this to your hard drive, share it with your client, either in a client meeting or online or via email. So let's say we've completed the plan, we've generated a PDF, we're happy with the results, and we'll send this to our young couple client tomorrow. So let's log out. Let's go back to the home page and let's assume we've logged back in. Now we have a different client scenario. We have another client, an older couple in their mid-50s with $500,000 in investable assets, both with defined benefit plans. One of the spouses wants to see if he can retire at 60 instead of 65. And should he take CPP earlier or later? The couple is expecting an inheritance from aging parents, and they might want to give some money to their kids to help with down payments or weddings. And they also want to ensure that all their estate planning issues are addressed. So the first thing we want to do is, again, go to the clients window and create a new client file. Click yes, enter the information. I will skip this process because we've already created our mid-50 couple client. Greg and Jen, 56 and 55. So we'll open that client file. And their name, client file name, appears in the top left corner. Now let's click plan. And we'll click new plan. Let's click use my template. And we'll select mid-50 couple. We'll give our plan a name. And all the items in our plan have been dropped in. So they're interested in the retirement plan, the estate planning checklist, CPP early or late, and a quick cash flow and net worth snapshot. So we'll click save. I'll open up retirement roadmap. This is one that we created in preparation for this. So it was created exactly the way we did with our own template, and I'll open it up. So this is the information that we entered on the client screen. And again, we have the cover page. We've added a different infographic here, the 6-step financial planning process. We've added the plan summary, again, is populated by all the other data that's been entered in the cash flow and net worth. I won't spend any time on these two calculators, but we've entered all their information ahead of time. Because Greg is interested in possibly taking CPP early or late, we've added an infographic that talks about the different options and considerations of taking CPP early or later. And we've also added the CPP earlier or later calculator. So he's currently 56, and we've just created a scenario of taking CPP at 60 or at 70. So this is just within the context of this calculator that calculates a break-even point. This is not factored in directly into the financial plan, but we'll show you the retirement planner where we've created two scenarios. So before we get there, though, we've added retirement planning trade-offs infographic. So let's go to the retirement planner. And you can see that there's a subheading here for the retirement planner. And we created this using scenarios. So in this case, we have Greg retiring at age 60 and Jen retiring at 65. If we look at the results, they're going to hold steady throughout retirement. They'll have about 900,000 at the start of retirement and about 900,000 at the end of retirement. So if they're happy with that, that's great. But let's have a look at what happens if Greg retires at age 65. So we can click on a scenario. And there's two scenarios, retired at age 65. So let's open that. And the headings and the description changes to reflect the scenario. And under income need, we can see that the retirement age for Greg is now 65. And the results are considerably different. So they have more at the start of retirement and more than double the amount at the end of retirement. So both of these scenarios are included in the plan. So when you create the PDF, click PDF plan, We'll just scroll down to the first retirement planner. So that's retired 65. But it gives you an idea of how to create separate scenarios for different calculators. So as with a young couple, if you're happy with the PDF, you can save it and share it with the client. So we'll go back to home and we'll do our last scenario. So we've logged out, we've come back the next day. Now we have a retired widow who wants a retirement plan. So we'll click on clients, and we've already created the client file, single retired. We'll click open. That name appears in the top left. And now we'll click plan. Click new plan. Use my template. Single retired. So this plan has less content. All we're doing here is creating a snapshot of her cash flow and net worth and a retirement planner scenario along with the final tax budget calculator. We'll give the plan a name. And we'll click open. So Hannah is 68. She has $60,000 of income. Net income of $400 a month in the positive. She has a net worth of 1.2 million, and her retirement planning projection is healthy. She'll end up with around 668,000 at the end of retirement, and she was concerned about some of her taxes, so we had gone in and manually pulled out asset values from the supporting tables. So this is her ending value for non-registered, 307,000, 236,000 GFSAs, which will not be taxable, and in a RIF, there's about 125,000. So we'll go to the final tax budget calculator. She has about $90,000 of income in her year of death, 125,000 in RIF, 300,000 in mutual fund non-registered with an ACB of 150. So her estate will pay that amount of tax. And again, if you're happy with the plan, simply click PDF plan. And everything we just worked on appears in a nice single PDF. I'll just go back and review how to create a plan template. We'll create a very quick, short retirement plan just to refresh everyone's memory, because that's the first thing that we did. So let's go home. Let's open a new client. Let's open up Marcus and Jada Erickson. And we'll click on plan. And we'll click manage templates. And we'll click new template. And we'll just call it really quick retirement plan. We'll leave the cover page there. We'll add the retirement planner. And we'll add 3 infographics. Retirement trade-offs, CPP OAS benefits, and CPP early or late. And we'll click save. Now we'll click new plan. We'll click use my template. Really quick retirement plan appears. Everything we just added is dropped in automatically. We'll go to page 2 and we'll open. And your plan is ready to go. So I probably did that in a minute or 30 seconds. So it just gives you an idea of how efficient you can be when you use templates. So that concludes our webinar on using templates in FreshPlan. And